that was a great reaction of disgust, like learning about a terrible arranged marriage.
Yep.
Now,
Nailed
I
it.
was thinking about that. Maybe she doesn't want Soames in her future.
Right.
Could
Yeah.
be.
Guess we'll
well,
find
it's like,
out.
you know, it's a
You never
very
I know
know.
him well enough. This is not the path I want to go down.
good day, everyone, and welcome to T. Kingsley, the show where we discuss the show, that is, C. Kingsley, over tea. My name is Brooke Hamrick. I play Charlotte Kingsley, and I am also co-creator and co-producer. Today, I am drinking a lovely ginger and turmeric blend, and as always, I am joined by co-creator, co-producer, director, writer, Miss Ursula Rudorfer.
Thanks.
Which tea are you drinking today?
I'm keeping it simple with green tea.
We also have co-producer and my co-star, Mr. David Eyre. Which tea do you have?
I have a nice rooibos tea.
Lovely.
Hmm.
We do have a special guest today, Mr. Patrick Duncan, who plays my father on the show, Thomas Kingsley. Tell us which tea you have, Patrick.
Well, I have an echinacea, which, being the time of the year, I need to make sure that I keep the throat coated.
Yes. Beautiful.
For all the talking you will do.
Yes.
All
You
the
know me
tea.
too well.
Let's just be honest.
The tea you will be spilling today, which brings us to the topic of the hour,
Hmm.
episode 4,
Oh,
Yep.
yes.
the seance.
The seance.
Mhm.
I love this episode. This is my favorite episode. It's obviously where Charlotte goes into another world and is surprised that Mr. Soames actually is there. And I love the supernatural element of it. I like the mystery of it. I like her reaction after.
It was
What do you guys think?
definitely going into it unsure what to expect from something so out there of an experience.
Mhm.
Seances,
Yes.
not many people. I've never even done a seance, even today, but
Oh, you gotta do a seance.
I'm,
You've never done a
I'm
seance?
so scared.
Oh my
I'm so
god.
scared. I'll leave that for Charlotte. I think. I don't know. I don't know what Brooke would see in a seance.
Just throw her under the bus.
I think it's a departure from what we had seen up until that point,
Mhm.
which I think is really fun.
Yeah, what prompted you to
Do the
add in a seance into the
well,
story?
I mean, I do believe that our consciousness kind of travels along timelines like that. It's kind of like the multiverse, I guess,
Mhm.
but that they're all intertwined and affecting each other. And so when she's starting to open up that world, it'll start to link the experience of the other timelines to her emotional experience in her current timeline. So she'll only see similar experiences to what she's feeling in the current timeline in the other timelines.
Mhm.
And so right now, because she was very happy going into the seance, the moment of her on the subway is actually a very happy moment for her. And that's why those two are linked. But obviously it has a different effect on her in the current timeline.
Mhm.
But going forward, that's how they're linked. And she'll be shown things depending on her emotional state.
Yeah, and we sort of think of the seance scene in a Victorian period piece as being a departure, but actually, during that time in Victorian society, it was very, very common to have seances. They were almost viewed as like a therapy. Sigmund Freud had not come along yet with psychoanalysis, so that's what people sort of gravitated to find those things out.
Oh, interesting.
Nice.
And what I love about the writing and the performances of this is how much we find out about the 5 characters. Each character, I feel, has real major reveals through that seance. My character, Thomas Kingsley, I kind of figured out early on is somebody who's a little bit rigid, maybe very uncomfortable with big emotions. And so when I read the seance scene, I thought, wow, this really picks up on that character trait of his. If he's uncomfortable with big emotions, he's going to be very uncomfortable with the idea of spirits showing up because a spirit is a disembodied emotion. And every line he had sort of indicated that he might think a spirit might actually show up, which is a very different choice than Soames's character, who is very sarcastic and skeptical about the whole proceeding. I thought, well,
Mm.
I could lean into some skepticism with the line delivery, but I thought, no, it's maybe a little more interesting if I was somebody who was kind of actually afraid a ghost might
Mm.
appear. And then, of course, very worried about his daughter's reaction during the séance, almost as if he may have a history with that nobody else really knows about. I kind of tried to
Interesting.
sneak that in there.
And I was wondering too, as we were working through the script and shooting, I understand that seeing Soames in the subway is a bit jarring for her, but why she wouldn't say it to these people that are her most trusted people to maybe help her make sense of it. It's like, oh my gosh, can you believe it? Like you were there, how strange.
Mm.
And we were holding hands. Like that seems weird, but I guess
It's
feeling.
like a little she feels a little bit of shame about it because
Mm,
it's something that is she feels connected to, but it's also not any ownership that she wants to take like in her present timeline. So for her to say that, it's almost like it might be inferred that she had something to do with that, and then what does that mean for him to hear that, right
right.
then and there,
Mhm.
and, so I think she, like, doesn't feel like it's the right time and
Yeah, she
place
needs
for
her
Hmm.
own time to process what does that mean for her.
yeah, because
Yes.
she also felt differently in that
Hmm.
scene,
Mhm.
so it's, for them being really close friends, and then all of a sudden it's very intimate, in a place that she doesn't know what it is kind of like I just don't want to go into it like right now because it was like a little bit heavy for her,
Hmm.
and it was such a light energy going in, so I
Hmm.
think yeah, it was just it's not that she necessarily didn't want to, but that it just didn't feel like the right time.
Right.
She has, as Mrs. Cook says, not integrated the energies yet. And
Exactly.
I think that I,
Oh,
I,
that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
we did write
I
that
think
down.
also one thing that I liked about it is you're kind of blindsided by this vision of the future because Mrs. Cook does say you will only be seeing past lives, but then suddenly it's like, wait a minute, the frequencies got crossed here, and I'm seeing
Yeah,
the future.
something else.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in all of the other visions, I seem to be doing something important, making something. And in this one, it's less of that and more of just an experience with another person.
Hmm.
Because in all of the other timelines that I see, it's just me alone,
Hmm.
or at
Yeah.
least from what we see
Right.
in
Yeah.
the montage that we have. Uh, but also knowing how her mother reacts to it,
Hmm.
I can understand why she might not want to get into it just yet because she knows her mom's going to be pestering her. I mean,
Yeah.
she does it in the episode. Like, do you really not know who it was?
Hmm.
That's going to be her life until she reveals what what it was
Hmm.
for her. But yeah, it's a and I'm curious what you because you kind of pinch me, which is something that Soames would do to Charlotte. My reaction in that moment, how does that color what you think of my experience with the seance?
Yeah, the reactions that Soames has in this episode is actually kind of, yeah. Most of the time he's deflecting. He's skeptical about the whole thing. I I think he also doesn't want you to get involved in any of this because he knows, because I think he's more of a he's a little bit more straight laced, and the Charlotte's such a wild child character
Right.
that I think his reactions are, I think they're a genuine way to try to get you to find the ridiculousness of it, so that
Mhm.
you won't get pulled into this.
Mhm.
But the moment that he does like reach out, I feel like there is a moment of concern. I think I was surprised that there wasn't more of one.
From Soames.
Yeah,
Of concern? I mean,
yeah.
he seemed
Mhm.
concerned. It seemed like she was not in a place to.
That moment,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But he quickly follows it up with, well, now we know that Charlotte is an honest mentor, and he turns back. And
Yeah.
even when, and there's one more shot towards the end where he has, it's not like uh, Mr. Kingsley has more of a
Yeah.
concerned reaction,
Well,
which I think is good. I
for
think editing wise,
for
because it
some,
really
he
shows the
doesn't
characters.
like feeling uncomfortable feelings, and
Mm.
so seeing her like that, he doesn't want that for himself. So it's kind of like, okay, well, just moving on to the next thing, and you know, don't know what's going on there, don't want to know what's going on there, and we didn't really. This was all for nothing, kind of,
Mhm.
just to his point, what he felt the whole time.
Mhm.
And then, so the way that this episode will tie into other episodes is that obviously this is what unlocks all of the timelines. And so then in future seasons, she'll become more linked up with all the other experiences that she's having, and they'll affect each other.
Is that why in episode 5 you hear all the voices?
Totally.
Mhm.
Integration. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all just starting to close in on her. Like a download.
We've got some comments
Mm.
we can talk through.
Luckily, generally, it was good. There was one person who wrote that the seance was smug, and we didn't know what they meant by smug.
Right.
And then they actually followed it up by saying it was something
Like a new take.
like a new take on a
Right.
seance sort of thing.
Yes. The best possible way to be smug.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a compliment.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah,
Any more interesting ones for 4?
someone called it deliciously dark, which I think is a lovely compliment.
Nice.
And can't wait to see what spooky stuff comes after this.
Mm.
But please, someone get Soames a cup of coffee
100%.
because the distaste for tea seems to have it shows up quite a few times. She was not expecting him on that carriage. No,
Right.
she was
Oh,
not. And lastly, that was a great reaction of disgust, like learning about a terrible arranged marriage.
Yeah.
Now,
Nailed it.
I
I
don't
think
know.
that was
Yes.
Rob, one of the sound guys who did that.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I was thinking about that. Maybe she doesn't want Soames in her future.
Right.
Yeah.
Could be.
Guess we'll
Well,
find
it's like,
out.
you know, it's a
She
very.
did.
I know him well enough. This is not the path I want to go down.
I suppose that is all we have time for today. Thank you for joining us as we discussed episode 4. We hope you are enjoying watching through the episodes with us. Join us next time for our season finale. Ooh, what will happen next? We'll see you then.